There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office, welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Larry Gross.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around a simple song. Thank you so much, and welcome once again to Mountain Stage Live Performance Radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. But today we have come over the mountains, and we are in Radford, Virginia, on the campus of Radford University, the beautiful Bondurant Auditorium, with our friends from WVRU radio station here who have carried us for a long time. We're grateful for that. We got a lovely show for you, a great group of people on the show, tremendous talent. Mr. John Gorka, one of the greatest contemporary singer-songwriters, folk singer-songwriters in the world, is with us. Also, another man who is no small songwriter himself. He's written hits for a lot of country folks. He's also a great singer and a great guitar player. You're going to hear all of that during our next hour. Mr. Shawn is here. And we have someone who is new for us from up in Canada. She calls herself the Weather Station. She brought some friends with her, and she'll be out a little later during this hour. And we also have two folks, since we came over to the Commonwealth, thought we'd have two Virginians on the show. Scott Miller will be out in just a little while. But to lead us off, a young woman from up in Galax, Virginia, raised up there and still lives up there. She raised, of course, when you're up there where the Fiddlers Convention is, you're going to hear a lot of old-time music, and her parents were into bluegrass music, so she was steeped in all that tradition, grew up in it. Then she started getting interested in other things, and there's a legendary story now for every aspiring musician out there. She liked the performance in music of Teddy Thompson, the great British singer-songwriter, so she sang one of his songs, recorded it, and contacted him through Facebook, sent her recording of it, and usually that'd be the end of that story. But instead, he wrote her back, and now he's produced two of her albums. And the latest one is a beauty. It's called Letters Never Read. She's brought her partner in life and music with her. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Dori Freeman.
And my pride, I won't give you the rib from my side. I won't promise to love and abide if I can make you my own. I won't keep you away from all harm. I won't shelter you from all alarm. I'm delight in the glow of your charm if I can make you my own. Oh, the rivers and seas may churn. Oh, the flowers and leaves may turn. I need never to breathe and yearn if I could make you my own. I'll lay down my soul at your feet. I need never to drink or to eat. I know not the smallest of feet if I can make you my own. I would weather the wind and the rain. I would shoulder your trouble and pain. I would give you the blood from my veins if I could make you my own. Oh, couldn't make him my own. I declare from valley to sky, I will shout to the heavens on high. I will whisper not one sad goodbye if I can make him my own. Oh, if I can make him my own. Oh, the rivers and seas may churn. Oh, the flowers and leaves may turn. I'll need never to grieve and yearn if I could make him my own. Oh, the rivers and seas may churn. Oh, the flowers and leaves may turn. I'll need never to grieve and yearn if I could make him my own. Oh, if I could make him my own. Well, I've listened to excuses and I've watched them walk away. It's only after holding me they say they cannot stay. I've spent many an hour writing letters never read. I've stared away the ceilings of 1,000 lonesome beds. Lovers on the run, are you not the lonely ones when the road has lost its thrill? Lovers on the run, when all is said and done, will your beds be empty still? I know they will, I know they will. Well, I've hung my head in silence and I've turned my eyes away. I dug my claws in deeper when I knew I shouldn't stay. I've looked into another's eyes when all the world was still, and just as I began to fall, they went in for the kill. Lovers on the run, are you not the lonely ones when the road has lost its thrill? Lovers on the run, when all is said and done, will your beds be empty still? I know they will, I know they will, I know they will, I know they will. You think if you're moving then the world is moving too, but there's a million other eyes that shine the same as you. And one day your collection of the things that might have been will fall behind the light into the lonely, dark and dim. Lovers on the run, are you not the lonely ones when the road has lost its thrill? Lovers on the run, when all is said and done, will your beds be empty still? I know they will, 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 I know they will. Thank you, guys. Those are two songs from a record that I put out back in October, and this next one we're going to play for y'all is brand new. I wrote this one pretty recently. We haven't recorded it yet. We've been playing it live, so we'll do this one for you guys. It's called That's How I Feel. One shoe on the side of the road, one bag in the 'cause you and I are more than just one and the same. I hold on when you're gone, 'cause I know that it won't be for long. I just wish that I could be stronger. That's how I feel when I'm without you. That's how I feel when I'm without you. Thank you, guys. Well, we're going to do a couple more tunes for y'all. This one is one that I wrote about a loser that I dated for too long. And it took me too long to figure that out. But I think a lot of people can relate to that. So I wrote this song about it. It's called That's All Right. Every night you creep around, you think I'm deaf and dumb, that I don't hear a sound, but I hear the mud under your shoes. I hear the sound that you ain't got nothing to lose. Well, that's alright, well, that's okay, and that's alright. Well, that's okay. You'll be the one to reach for me when I'm not there. You'll be the only one whose cross you cannot bear. All the cans and the bottles too, they're piling up, you're passing out, and I'm turning blue. I lie awake, you disappear, looking for answers in the bottom of a beer. Well, that's alright, well, that's okay, and that's alright, well, that's okay. You'll be the one to reach for me when I'm not there. You'll be the only one whose cross you cannot bear. And every time you held me down, you looked at me just like the devil had been found. But in your eyes, you knew it too, that it was only your reflection scaring you. Well, that's alright, well, that's okay, and that's alright, well, that's okay. You'll be the one to reach for me when I'm not there. You'll be the only one whose cross you cannot bear. Honey, I don't mind, honey, I don't mind. You won't be wasting one more second of my time. Thank you guys for listening to us. Well, there's a lot of good shows still ahead. This is Nicholas Falk playing with me tonight.
Thank you.
And we're going to leave you guys with the last song on the record we just put out in October, and it's an old Jim Reeves tune called Yonder Comes a Sucker and He's Got My Gal. Railroad, steamboat, river and canal, yonder comes a sucker and he's got my gal. And she's gone, 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 and she's gone, 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 and I'll bid her my last farewell. I fell in love with a pretty little thing, I thought that wedding bells would ring. She was as sweet could be, I found out what you done to me. Railroad, steamboat, river and canal. Yonder comes a sucker and he's got my gal. And she's gone, 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 and she's gone, gone, gone. And I'll bid her my last farewell. I asked her mother if she could go. She whispered, Mother, please tell him no. Though he may think that I am true, there's plenty more who think so too. Railroad, steamboat, river and canal. Yonder comes a sucker and he's got my gal. And she's gone, 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 and she's gone, gone, gone. And I'll bid her my last farewell. No, I won't cry my life away. Some other sucker will have to pay. And when he finds that she is gone, I guess I'll hear him sing this song. Railroad, steamboat, river and canal. Yonder comes a sucker and he's got my gal. And she's gone, 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 and she's gone, gone, gone. And I'll bid her my last farewell. And she's gone, 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 and she's gone, gone, gone. And I'll bid her my last farewell.
Thank y'all.
Along with Nicholas Falk, her husband there on the drums and harmonies, Dori Freeman from up in Galax, Virginia. And that new recording is called Letters Never Read. It's her second album. They're both very good. If you have a chance to see her, this summer she'll be playing the Red Wing Roots Festival right here in Virginia, up there near Harrisonburg. It is a great festival. Also, the Vancouver Folk Festival, she'll be there, and the New Bedford Folk Festival. I'm sure she's going to hit a lot of other spots. She's a delight to hear always. What a nice voice has Dori Freeman. It's time for our band. The leader of our band, back there with the hat on and the acoustic guitar, is Ron Soule. Our two lead guitar players are Ryan Kennedy and Michael Lipton. Our piano player is Bob Thompson over there. Steve Hill plays the bass. Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. And Julie Adams has chosen a song by our good friends from up in Lexington, Virginia. Great talents, of course, Robin and Linda Williams. It's called The Green Summertime. Please welcome, say hello to Julie Adams.
Far off in the by and by, I see a traveler in the sky. But my dreams do not take wings, for I'm captive to familiar things in this world of mine. In the green summertime, on a gravel country road, by the bed of the old railroad, the dust follows turning wheels, blows away across the fields in this world of mine. In the green summertime, though I know them all too well, and I have heard all they have to tell, my steps will always walk this ground. To these old friends I am bound. On the streets of my little town. The moonlight comes streaming down. The dead wait in their graves for the Lord their souls to save in this world of mine. In the green summertime. Far off in the by and by, I see a traveler in the sky. But my dreams do not take wings, for I'm captive to familiar things in this world of mine. In the green summertime. In the green summertime.
Julie Adams, the Mountain Stage Band, Robin and Linda Williams song, The Green Summertime. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the mountain state of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia, with offices in Charleston, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Morgantown, D.C., Boston, Alabama, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by the West Virginia Tourism Office, whether you're looking for extreme outdoor adventure, family fun, or an intimate getaway for two, there is something for everyone in the Mountain State. Travel planning and trip ideas are available. wvtourism.com. Additional support provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, showing the world why Charleston is hip, historic, and almost heaven. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. We hope that you'll take a look at our website sometime. It's mountainstage.org. You can find links there to our podcast, and you can follow us on just about every form of social media. And someday, we hope that you will follow us to a live show, whether we are at home or here in Radford, Virginia. Wherever we are, you can find out where we're going to be and get your tickets right at the website, mountainstage.org. Our next guest has been with us a few times before because he's one of our favorites. I told you at the beginning, he's from Virginia, and a lot of folks in country music act like they're from the country, and maybe they were at one point, but he still is. He still works the farm with his father, and so he's a part-time musician and part-time farmer. We were talking before how those occupations have a lot in common. They're kind of a calling. You have to really want to do this. You got to be into it. And if you win the lottery, you can just keep doing it until you run out of the money. That's boy with singing, songwriting, and farming. He's got a new album. He's also has that ability, as you'll hear, to write songs that really are kind of like little stories. He can create characters and settings all within a 3 or 4 minute song. His latest is called Ladies Auxiliary. Brought a friend with him. Please welcome back to the mountain stage, Scott Miller.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. This is Bryn Davies right here on the bass, by the way. This first song is really about my hometown where I grew up and where I live, a little town called Swope, Virginia, which is in the Shenandoah Valley and in Augusta County. Augusta County is the largest county in Virginia, also has the largest cow-to-people ratio of any county east of the Mississippi, and I think that's still true. I'm not going to fight you over it if it's not, but you can check it. But with a name like Swope, and it's spelled funny, S-W-O-O-P-E, it's hard to rhyme, and you don't, hard to explain every time you sing it because it has a funny name. So I was sort of had this idea for a song, and I kept looking for a town to hang it on. Jump subject a little bit. I would rather be, they say I'd rather be lucky than good. And in that case, I married a West Virginia girl. Yeah, from a little town called Athens, West Virginia, Mercer County. And so we were knocking around Mercer County one day and came upon a town, and I was like, that's it. That's the town I need. So the town was Spanishburg, and the song is called Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. It goes like this. Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Well, the TV's off 'cause there's nothing on. All the hometown fans are in the stands since the team won state 'cause the coach was great. Then they hired him down in Peterstown, but he didn't win. Now he's back again. The next batch of kids could not commit. They were big enough but not that tough and thought the single wing was just a passing thing. I guess the will to win is oft forgotten when old times there are Oxycontin. Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Well, the jobs were lost and the war it cost. This kid came back from Iraq, had it pretty comfy 'cause he drove a Humvee for an old diehard in the National Guard who thought he was safe, though the town got strafed or an occasional mortar from across the border. He'd always joke in the emails he wrote, tell his mom not to worry none. He was spending his time on winning hearts and minds until he picked up a can and he lost his hands. Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Come on. Then a writer came from a magazine and wrote the whole town up for the AARP. Called it #1 place to retire, so the rich folks came and the taxes got higher. With their healthy hair and their perfect spouses, they built these mansions and giant cow palaces. Now the effete and the elite are all walking around with their noses up as they look down on the people born who could not afford to live in their own town no more. Lo Siento, They even renamed it Spanish Trace, West Virginia. Lo siento, Spanish West, by God, Virginia. Smile when you say that. Come on. Thank you. I'm sorry I messed up there. I forgot that we have the great Michael Lipton back here on guitar. There he is. And he started playing, and I was like, oh, this sounds great. What's going on? And then I forgot. Well, it just wasn't very pro, was it? All right, I'll try to keep my West Virginia songs to a minimum. I know you probably have heard enough. This is one about people in Indiana. I wrote this after the first tour that I ever did. I was in a band back in the early 90s, mid-90s, called the V-Roys, and the first time we ever toured through the Midwest, and it was the first time that I realized that I was going to have to learn to read in a car without vomiting, because there just wasn't much to look at. And so I started writing down road signs and realized they were sort of like names, and so I created some characters. This is a song called Sin in Indiana. It goes like this. Here we go. Ready, baby? Henry Streeter owns this town, parks on the sidewalk and beats men down. His wife was pictured in a magazine. He brought her over from the Philippines. You can see her about 5 o'clock on the hood of his car on the town sidewalk. Well, it starts in Minnesota as a tiny stream. It's rolling like a river down to New Orleans. Sin in Indiana, it's a powerful thing. Chalmers Walcott's the biggest liar. Drinks bottled water but can still breathe fire. Got half a finger but he's twice as mean as a Boilermaker on amphetamines. He's a deacon down at the church, but there's porn in the corn, so there's plenty of work. Well, it starts in Minnesota as a tiny stream. It's rolling like a river down to New Orleans. Sin in Indiana, it's a powerful thing. Hempstead could not stop eating popcorn when she's high on pot. She kept on chewing till her teeth were gone. The dentist made some out of cut limestone. You can always tell she's been around, 'cause there's tombstones growing where she spits in the ground. But it starts in Minnesota as a tiny stream. It's rolling like a river down to New Orleans. Sin in Indiana, it's powerful. Sin in Indiana, it's a powerful. Sin in Indiana, it's a powerful thing. Oh, thank you. This is one, this next song, I've got a new record out, Ladies Auxiliary. It'd be smart if I did songs off of that, but this is a new one. It's not on anything, which explains why my career sits right where it does. And anyway, this is a song. My grandparents lived on a river, and if anybody, I prefer a river myself over the ocean or a lake, just on metaphor alone, really. But If anybody's ever spent time on a river, you know time is measured a little differently, and the breaks are floods. And the earliest flood that I remember on our river there in Virginia was 1969. Hurricane Camille came up from the Gulf and parked right over Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, dumped a tremendous amount of rain. And then I think the next one I remember was 85, was a pretty big one. The most recent big one we had, June 23rd, 2016. I remember that day because it was a day Ralph Stanley died. Was a not so much in the region, very localized, but we had a giant flood there in western part of Virginia and eastern part of West Virginia. You may remember it because it was on the news. There was a video that went viral, and it was a house being washed down the Greenbrier River while at the same time it was on fire, which would seem doubly tragic, but to me I was like, now, that's a smart hillbilly who's like, we ain't got flood insurance, but we got fire insurance. Give me a match and get your phone out. Anyway, this song is called It'll Never Be That River Again. Here we go. In 69 when Camille came, you had to jump in the river to get out of the rain. The water rose so fast, so high, the cattle bawled and drowned all night. The mountains took it until they gave. All the bridges washed away. Cousin fished from the front porch steps, and Granddaddy looked at the water and said, from the mountain through the valley to the ocean where it ends, it can never be that river again. She had blue eyes with rings of fire, and I was hers, and she was mine, and the sun was hot, the river just right. We skipped rocks all day, and we rolled all night. We both knew what lay around the bend. Summer loves will always end. When the walnut leaves fell, we went back to school, drifted away, and the river did too. From the mountain through the valley to the ocean where it ends, it can never be that river again. The river flows and time goes by. Love's still hard, but I still try. I've seen it muddy, I've seen it calm, I've seen it do whatever it wants, but it can never be that river again. No, it can never be that river. Thank you all so much. This is a song that's off the new record called Someday, Sometime. Some days will never be enough. Some days will always be too much. Some days your work is all in vain. Some days ain't worth a single thing. Sometimes you're called upon to help. Sometimes you have to help yourself. Sometimes the worst thing is the truth, that your best will still not do. What do you want? What do you want? You'll have to get it on your own. Your mother's headed to Kentucky for a while. What do you want? What do you want? You'll have to get it on your own. Someday and sometime. Some days you wish they just would end. Some days you'll want to live again. Some days are harder than the rest. Some days are easy to forget. Sometimes you get just what you want. Sometimes you've had it all along. Sometimes you don't know where to go. Sometimes you're not supposed to know. What do you want? What do you want? You'll have to get it on your own. Your mother's headed to Kentucky for a while. What do you want? What do you want? You'll have to get it on your own. Someday and sometime. Some people live life from the heart. Some people find that much too hard. Some people know where they belong. Some people decide to move on. What do you want? What do you want? Oh, you have to get it on your own. Your mother's headed to Kentucky for a while. Ashes gray and dry as dust. A return to the earth. Someday and sometime. Thank you all so much.
Along with Bryn Davies and Michael Lipton of the Mountain Stage Band, Mr. Scott Miller right there. Scott Miller, his latest is Ladies Auxiliary. One reason he named it Ladies Auxiliary is because all the backup musicians are women, including Bryn playing the bass on the record. It's a very fine record. And Scott, of course, is a very fine performer and songwriter. And we ask people to put down on a piece of paper what's going to be upcoming for you so we can tell people out there. Scott said in May, he'll be baling hay and turning 50. Just in. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you just want to hear something again, you can always visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast will include songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, as well as our complete finale song. If you do us a favor, take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever it is that you get your podcasts. We'd appreciate that. We're going to end this hour with a young woman with a big talent from Canada. She's not been with us before, and I'm glad we could rope her into coming down and join us here in Radford. Calls herself the Weather Station, and she's a fine songwriter. She's a great singer and a very powerful voice, as you'll hear. A lot of folks have recognized that, a lot of critics. She's had three other albums in Canada, but they haven't been released widely down in the States, so we're certainly happy that this one is, and she's come to visit us. Please welcome, for the first time to the Mountain Stage, the Weather Station.
I found that I was angry in the cool of the day. All the tall trees swaying, and all I did not say. Though I managed all the details, I made all those phone calls, I wrote out all the emails, and I straightened out front all. It don't matter, it made no difference. All through our disagreement, there was a cardinal on the fence. Put no walls around me, I will lay the stones myself, and I'll lay down with my body, if nothing else. Still living with that feeling pent up in my chest. My old lifelong companion, the one I know the best. Oh, I guess I got the hang of it, the impossible. You could say I moved right in with it, the impossible. You know I felt unnatural in the blue light of dawn. I left the house in shadow, and my mind went on and on the long spool of highways, strange fragments of songs, and all I can get my way, everything that's still wrong. Oh, I guess I got the hang of it, the impossible, and I walk the endless boundaries of it, just to know what you can't ever have, what is light and what is shadow. I guess I always wanted the impossible. Oh, time I learned to rest on the fevered beach. The change was so relentless, no time to get used to it. I had to get so ruthless to cut right down to the quick, to wake at 6 a.m. and go along with all of it. But still I was so sensitive, I could hardly stand your simple acts of kindness, the gentle pressure of your hand, glimpsed from the fairy green swans of land, sleeping on the floor. I felt the ocean's movement. Thank you. It's really nice to be here. to believe in this flipping time. There's no real reason not to. We wrote letters to each other as though addressing the ocean that we stand before now. Your mild cardigan and I in your blue jeans. The light turned golden on the distant headlands and the ocean. You and I on the other side of the world. Love is no mystery, never has been, no, not to me. I love because I see. But we never got better, oh, we never got to talking. We never figured out the questions. We got good at walking the streets when it was too hot to eat, walking instead. We can't help it. You remember in June, you showed up one day with a small leather suitcase swaying you up, and you stayed on with me late into the evening. To all these that have passed on since then, no certainty, no agreement, more intimate than I could imagine. Oh, but with space I cannot fathom, like a song with so much silence. Oh, just like you in your defiance. You say you never question anything, no. You say you knew from the beginning. But I don't know nothing of what I'm asking. I've no idea of what it will entail. I asked for your hand in it like it was too intimate to ask for your mind. Oh, I count on kindness like I count on your presence. Oh, like I don't count on nothing else. Whoa. The moment that you stepped into my way, shy as anyone I'd ever known, curious and alone. Thank you. It's really nice to be here. We're from Canada, but I listen to a lot of bluegrass music, and Ralph Stanley is one of my all-time favorite singers. He's from Virginia. I've never played in Virginia, so this is pretty awesome, actually. We've become kind of like a rock band almost, but my first stringed instrument was banjo, and I learned bluegrass banjo when I was 19, which was kind of a weird thing to do. And then at a certain point, I realized that playing bluegrass banjo and trying to write songs is a difficult combination, so I switched over to guitar, but everything I learned about guitar came from banjo. I'm still playing the banjo, but it's just a guitar now. This song doesn't sound like it, but, you know. You were a friend to me. You told me all that was on your mind, and it meant so much to me from the beginning. How it was so kindred spirited to mine. I would think of you sometimes in the early morning as I dressed to meet a plane before the cab came. How I let you down when I had the most to give. Oh, I let you down, but you were quick to forgive. You wanted to help me, you wanted to sit and talk for hours, but I wanted power. I tried close my eyes, believing. I tried getting you on my side, and I tried being on top of it, and I tried responsibility, and I expressed myself properly, and I got blindly angry with my whole heart in it. But there was no conduit, there was no way to it. I thought that I had blown it. The further I got in it, the stranger it was to win it. I could not have it, but still I searched from sheer force of habit. I felt like I was descending some strange inverted tower, oh, looking for my power. To have weight to throw around for you to look up when I found something so beautiful I could tell you somehow, and I'd never have to shout, and you'd listen to my note. How all the love her love allows. I felt so clumsy and plain. I was filled with so much shame, just trying to say, to call out anyone by name. Every line felt lifted, every smooth stone felt pitted by the wind and rain that it hit it, and I never could forget it. As you forgot it, I wanted to set it all down so it would open to you like a flower. Yes, I wanted power. Fell asleep on the plane, and I woke up straight, twisted in the pale blue seat. An hour gone by, the sun was rising again, keeping distant over the black and blue rim of the sky. I spent my whole life thinking that I was some kind of coward.
All right, we're going to play one more song. This song is about growing up, I guess, that classic rock and roll topic. That's a joke. People don't write rock and roll songs about growing up, but I do.
I was surprised that you touched me like that. But there in your hand was a current of life I could hardly stand to stay still, and I didn't mention it. If I did, I made some joke of it. It was strange how I could feel so sane, so plain when you're around. Had unbidden to me, there it rose, the fantasy, colored rose and easy. Yeah, I can see it so simple, unsubtle, impossible, clearly and strange. Far and as close as a mountain range, on the horizon, driving all day. There I was, so sane, so plain after everything. Gas came down from about 20, the joke was how it broke the economy anyhow. The dollar was down, but my friends opened businesses, there were new children. And again, I didn't get married. I wasn't close to my family, and my dad was raising a child in Nairobi. She was 3, now he told me gas stations I left in, I noticed truly everything. The light, the reflections, different languages, your expressions would fall down laughing, effervescent, and all over nothing, all over nothing. Just as though it was a joke my whole life through. All of the pain and the sorrow I knew, all of the tears that had fallen from my eyes. I can't say why when I walked in the park, under the shade I avoided your eyes. I was ashamed of my own mind. No, so as my day is dark as your night. Oh, you got the kindest of eyes I cannot help. Notice sometimes what you know is too high. I cannot look twice without falling right into the sweet and the tender line between something that can and can never be. And just then an ambulance passed on the street, and you took my arm reflexively. That was the year I was 30. That was the year you were 31. That was the year that we lost and won. That was the year I was 30. That was the year you were 31. That was that year, now, here is another one. Thank you so much.
From Toronto, the weather station. Ian Trejo, Ben Whiteley, Will Kidman, and the singer-songwriter there, Tamara Lindemann. The Weather Station is the name of the latest album on Paradise of Bachelors. She'll be off to Australia, and she'll be at Newport Folk Fest this year, so if you're going down there, watch for those guys. I'd like to say some thanks here to tonight's sponsors, the folks who made it possible for Mountain Stage to come down. To Radford, the College of Visual and Performing Arts, and the Dean, Margaret Devaney. The Radford University Performance Series, 89.9 FM, Public Radio WVRU. The RU Appalachian Events Committee, the RU Programming Committee, the RU Broadcasting Club, the RU Music Business Student Association. I tell you, they can work together here. Everybody got together. We appreciate it. It's great to be here. I'd like to say a special hello if you're listening right now over WTIP, Grand Marais, Minnesota, RWVRU, Radford, Virginia. And wherever you are, I hope you'll be tuned in next time on the Mountain Stage when our guests will be M. Ward, the Sea, Laura Veers, Dead Horses, and Joachim Cooter. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Thank you so much. Welcome to the second hour of Mountain Stage here in the Bondurant Auditorium at Radford University in Radford, Virginia. During this hour, you're going to be hearing from one of America's greatest contemporary singer-songwriters, Mr. John Gorka. But we're going to start the hour in great form with a true triple threat, a man who is a great guitar player. He's backed up a lot of folks and played in the studio with Jerry Reed, Shelby Lynn, Alan Jackson, the Osborne Brothers, a whole lot of different folks. He is also a great singer, as can be witnessed by winning the International Bluegrass Music Association Bluegrass Singer of the Year with, give him a hand for that. With the Earls of Leicester, the great bluegrass band, the Earls of Leicester, Jerry Douglas put together as a tribute to Flatt and Scruggs. Grammy winners. He's also an incredible songwriter. His songs have been recorded by everybody from Ralph Stanley and Del McCoury to Garth Brooks, Porter Wagner, Alan Jackson. And he's co-wrote several songs and was a close friend and compatriot with Guy Clark. And one of America's greatest songwriters. He's been on a few times before. We try to get him on as often as we can, whether he has a new album of his own or not. The Earls have a new record coming out in the fall, so watch for that. He'll be singing lead on it. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Shawn Kemp.
Thank you, Larry. Howdy. How y'all doing out there? Well, he mentioned my old long-lost hero, Guy Clark. I'll just start off this little set with a few songs I wrote with Guy. I better tell y'all something first. I'm from Arkansas, and I got to telling Guy Clark about this lady I knew as a kid growing up over there. By the name of Sis Draper. And so we ended up writing about 10 or 12 songs about Sis Draper and the characters in my family. And these first two are about Sis Draper. Kick your shoes off in the corner, mama, tuck them babies all up snug. Sis Draper's coming over and we all gonna cut a rug. When you see that lantern swinging yonder coming up the holler road. Them dogs will get to barking, all to time all up with a roll. Now you boys better get in tune, Sis Draper's gonna be here soon. Don't shoot no dice to get too tight if you're gonna pick with Sis tonight. Well, she came down from the Boston mountains. There was lightning in the air, honey on them fiddle strings, a magnolia in her hair. Now she's a diamond in the rough. If you can't see the shine, that's tough. She'll play all night for the likes of us. Sis Draper's got the touch. She'll play all night if she feels like it. Have some fruit punch if you spike it. And Sis don't care who don't like it. Sis has got a hell of a bow arm on her. Well, she stepped right up and sawed one off, and Uncle Cleve dropped his jaw. He said, "She's the best I ever saw. She must be from Arkansas." I think Grandpa used to date her. Grandma says she still hates her, and all the fellers stand up straighter in the presence of Sis Draper. Sis Draper is the devil's daughter, plays the fiddle daddy bought her, plays it like her mammy taught her. She's a traveling Arkansas, yeah. Well, she put her fiddle in a box and said, "It's getting awful late." She is on her way to Little Rock, and Little Rock can't wait. So we all stood out in the yard, hands all full of watermelon. Watched her leave and watched her go, wishing we was in that wagon. Sis Draper is the devil's daughter, plays the fiddle daddy bought her, plays it like her mammy taught her. She's a traveling Arkansas, yeah. Rather sleep in a box like a bum on the street than in a fine feather bed without your little old cold feet. I'd rather be dead, dumb and stone blind, than to know that your mornings will never be mine. I'd rather not walk through the garden again if I can't catch your scent on a magnolia wind. So if it ever comes time that it comes time to go, sis, just pack up your fiddle says pack up your bow. If I can't dance with you, well, then I won't dance at home. I'll just sit this one out with my back to the wall. I'd rather not hear pretty music again if I can't catch your fiddle on a magnolia wind. Rather die young than to live without you. I'd rather go hungry than to eat lonesome stew. It's once in a lifetime and it won't come again. Now it's here and it's gone on a magnolia wind. I'd rather not walk through the garden again if I can't catch your scent on a magnolia wind. If I can't catch your scent on a magnolia wind. Try this other song I wrote with Guy Clark and our friend Ray Stevenson. And I was fortunate enough to get to play on several of Guy Clark's last albums, and I got to co-produce this last album for him called My Favorite Picture of You, which he won his first Grammy with that album. So I was really thrilled about that. And she's a long way from Houston, long way from them old Texas blues. She came down from Telluride on a steam train bound for somewhere new. There's a rainbow on the mountains and she's waiting on the sun to shine on through. You wouldn't know the tears from the rain if you ain't walked in her boots. Standing in the rain go, right side of wrong, wrong side of gone. Standing in the rain go, she's just waiting on some cowboy to lasso her heart and take her home. With a bunch of young field hippies, she went noodle dancing in a tie-dye dress. And then a Rocky Mountain rain came, and they all got soaking wet. Somehow she wound up with a backstage pass, hanging with the pickers in the band. Till her heart got broke by a banjo man. Now she's at all the bluegrass she can stand. Standing in the rain go, right side of wrong, wrong side of gone. Standing in the rain in Durango. She's just waiting on some cowboy to lasso her heart and take her home. Well, she had no destination, she was just looking for a ride. Had all of her belongings in a cardboard suitcase sitting by her side. He pulled up in a Mustang, she got in and they just rode away. Hey, hey. Headed west into the sunset, mascara running down her face. Standing in the rain in Durango, right side of wrong, wrong side of gone. Standing in the rain in Durango, she's just waiting on some cowboy to lasso her heart and take her home. Standing in the rain in Durango, well, I just want to let y'all know what a treat it is to always, every chance I get and every time I've been a guest of Mountain Stage, I've had a great time. These guys are all professionals, and it's a treat to be working with them again, and it's also a treat to be here in Radford, Virginia. I've never been over here. Beautiful little town. Thank y'all for coming out here and supporting this, and hope I get to see y'all again and play some more for you later on. Let's see, I'll do you this song I wrote with my buddy who's a Virginian from Mechanicsville, Virginia. My buddy Tim Menzie, one of the greatest there ever was. Anybody know Tim? My granddaddy, one Christmas Day, he was in a VA hospital in Little Rock, Arkansas, and not doing well at all, and I had to leave and to go to Nashville. And between Little Rock and Nashville, I wrote a couple of these verses, and within a few days, I sat down with Tim and I played him those verses, and we got to talking about our granddaddies, and his granddaddy and mine were really similar, and so we put our stories together. And this we wrote this a long time ago. It's called The Grandpa That I Know. Brand new shoes, they hurt my feet. This necktie is choking me. Cutting off my air supply when I hang my head and cry. When I hang my head to cry. I see tears on Daddy's face. Someone's humming Amazing Grace. Rain beats on this graveside tent. Preacher says he did repent. Preacher swears he did repent. They've got him laying there in pinstripes. How'd they get him in that suit? I guess the Lord will recognize him without his overalls and mule. They all say he looks so natural, but all I see is a cold, dark hole. I won't commit this day to memory. That ain't the grandpa that I know. That ain't the grandpa that I know. tractor never pulled his plow. He walked and cussed and loved that ground. His hands sowed each single seed. Then he'd pray for rain and fight the weeds. He'd pray for rain and fight the weeds. He said the simple life suits me fine. He never dreamed beyond the county line. Grandma was his boyhood bride. He'll be back in her arms tonight. He'll sleep there in her arms tonight. Got him laying there in pinstripes. How'd they get him in that suit? I guess the Lord will recognize him without his overalls and mule. They all say he looks so natural, but all I see's a cold, dark hole. I won't commit this day to memory that ain't the grandpa that I know. They played a pretty organ number and swore it was his favorite tune, but I know he'd preferred my fiddle playing Carroll County blues. They all say he looks so natural, but all I see's a cold, dark hole. I won't commit this day to memory that ain't the grandpa that I know. That ain't the grandpa that I know. Well, I wrote a new song about 2 days ago. Y'all want to hear it? I was sitting around writing with my buddy Gary Nicholson and wrote this one. Ole, ole, I knew she was trouble the minute she walked in. I ordered us up a couple of doubles, and she said, "Why, thank you, friend." Said, "I'd like to get to know you better. Let me show you around this town." I was wise enough to see a freight train coming, still too dumb to slow down. She said, "I know a place kinda out of the way where we can go and have a real good time." Next thing I knew, my head was aching and the sun was burning through the blinds. My billfold was gone along with my phone, and she was nowhere to be found. I was wise enough to see a train wreck coming, still too dumb to slow down. A wise man sees into the future, gets out of the way before it's too late. A fool looks into the mirror and says, "Let's have a little fun anyway." She said, "I'd like to get to know you better. Let me show you around my little old town." I was wise enough to see a train wreck coming, still too dumb to slow down. Holy, holy. Told you it's new. A wise man sees into the future, steps out of harm's way. A fool just keeps on acting cool, dancing on the tracks of a runaway train. Now I might not be no genius, but I seldom act a clown. I was wise enough to see a train wreck coming, still too dumb to slow down. Holy, holy. Thank you. So y'all the first to hear that one, huh? Think it's all right? Needs a little polishing. Well, you know, it's been 2 years since we lost Merle Haggard this last weekend. And I was blessed to be able to play on the Merle and Willie duet album, Django and Jimmy. I got to play the acoustic guitar on that record. And I wrote this song that they recorded on that record, and I'll do it for y'all. The first verse was Willie's verse, and the second verse was Merle's verse. Y'all know who Merle Haggard was, right? All right. Time flies by in the blink of an eye when you get paid for having too much fun. Kicking out the footlights, living the nightlife like tomorrow ain't ever gonna come. Wouldn't change much of nothing about this road we've been running, full of wild times, wine, women, and song. But I'd have taken much better care of ourselves if we'd known we was gonna live this long. Whiskey goes down like cold spring water on the rocks at the close of the day. When you're flying like eagles down American highways, you lose a lot of friends along the way. We just keep on moving, rolling along, can't look back, we might turn to stone. But we'd have taken much better care of ourselves if we'd known we was gonna live this long. We'd known we was gonna live this long, might have changed things up a little bit. Still would have lived out every song, just maybe not quite as fast as we did. We're in pretty good shape for the shape that we're in. Gonna keep on rocking along till we're gone. But we'd have taken much better care of ourselves if we'd known we was gonna live this long. We'd have taken much better care of ourselves if we'd known we was gonna live this long. Well, you know, day before yesterday, they released a new Johnny Cash album. I don't know if y'all have heard anything about this. It's called Forever Words is what it's called. And a lot of people they found a bunch of poems of Johnny Cash, and a lot of folks put music to them, you know. So there's a volume 1 that just came out 2 days ago. Well, I've always been a huge Johnny Cash fan. I'm coming from Arkansas. So I became acquainted with him a little bit through his best pal, Cowboy Jack Clement, who I was a sidekick of for years. And they asked me to put a couple of melodies to some Johnny Cash poems, and I haven't played them for anybody. It's going to be on the second volume of this record. Would y'all like to hear that one? I kind of hoped you would. Thank you. Okay, he wrote this, they found this poem that he wrote on Delta Airlines stationery from 1958. And nobody ever heard of any melody with this thing, so I got a chance to do it. So I'll play it for you. 1, 2, 3. I was driving in the rain 20 miles from Bangor, Maine, when I realized how much you mean to me. So I turned the rig around, filled her up outside of town, took the shortest route southbound to Tennessee. I'm a-comin', honey, hang out the front door key. I'm a-comin', honey, get her ready to pucker up for me. I was driving in the sleet, stopped to get a bite to eat. Folks in Pennsylvania asked me if I'd stay. I said thank you anyhow, but I think I'd better make tracks now. Can't stay away from her another day. I'm a-comin', honey, look out the window and see. I'm a-comin', honey, turn on the front light for me. I was driving in the snow on a mountain called Soho, your picture hanging on my rearview glass. I was heavy on the foot, I was blowing out the soot. There was no one alive who'd try to pass. I'm a-comin', honey, put a little coffee in the pot. I'm a-comin', honey, get set to give me all the love you got. I'm a-comin', honey, hang out the front door key. I'm a-comin', honey, get her ready to pucker up for me. Thank y'all, Rev. We appreciate you. Thanks, Mountain Stage.
Shawn Kemp. You can hear him singing a lead on the Earls of Leicester's new album. Going to be a live album at the Country Music Hall of Fame on Rounder out a little later on this fall. So watch for that. Mr. Shawn Kemp lives in Nashville now and has for many years. But of course, as he told you, he's originally from down in Arkansas. Well, we're going to do a Mountain Stage transition right now from Shawn Kemp to Thelonious Monk. Bob Thompson's picked out a Monk tune called Ruby, My Dear, and he's going to play it for you. Please welcome Mr. Bob Thompson. Always a good combo. Bob Thompson, Thelonious Monk, Ruby, My Dear. You can find his music at colortones.com. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia with offices in Charleston, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Morgantown, D.C., Boston, Alabama, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by the West Virginia Tourism Office. Whether you're looking for extreme outdoor adventure, family fun, or an intimate getaway for two, there's something for everyone in the Mountain State. Travel planning and trip ideas are available. wvtourism.com. Additional support provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, showing the world why Charleston is hip, historic, and almost heaven. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. If you have questions or suggestions for us, we'd love to hear from you. Our email is larry@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us on Facebook, of course, and peek behind the scenes on our Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. All of these links are at our website, mountainstage.org. You can also hear Mountain Stage guest performances, including songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, at NPR Music. That online address is npr.org/mountainstage. Well, our last guest of the evening has been with us many times. As a matter of fact, he came on the show right before he put out his first album, when we were both beginning back in 1987. Been coming to see us all of these years, and we're so glad he did, because he's grown into one of America's most respected and loved contemporary folk singers-songwriters. His latest one is just another one in the long line of good recordings. He started on Red House Records, and now he's back on Red House, and they've combined with Compass Records. The title of the album is True in Time, and that is exactly what he is. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, John Gorka.
Thank you, Larry. What is true in time? What is true in time? Does it really change with every season? Or is it always fixed and bound to reason? What is true in time? What is true in time? And the words I used to think were mine come back to me in another's lines. Yesterday comes back in rhyme. Yesterday comes back in rhyme. Yes, I look around and often find the past is either here or close behind. I look ahead and I could swear there was a path, now nothing's there. There's crumpled maps too hard to read. It seems that time just picks up speed. seems that time just picks up speed. If we find love in time, there's room for yours and mine. If what is true can change with every minute, then how can we believe or have faith in it? If I can sing long enough and make each song a song of love, then maybe every song comes true. True in time, true in time. Thank you. That's the title song of my new record that came out in January, and it's still out, I'm happy to say. This next song is, how many of you have not seen me play live before? Most of you, okay. Well, usually I do a couple songs for the, what I call the new people who raise their hands. I'll just do one of them. And it's the most effective introductory song I have for you, because I don't want you to feel like outsiders during my set. And it's a song I wrote about where I'm from. I played it on Mountain Stage in October of 1992. I hope you don't mind me doing it again. I figure once every millennium is okay. Okay, it's a song. Okay, I guess I'm ready to sing. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. I'm from New Jersey. No, I don't talk that way. I watched too much TV when I was young. I'm from New Jersey. My mom's Italian. I've read those mafia books. We don't belong. There were girls from New Jersey who had that great big hair. Once found in shopping malls, I will take you there. I'm from New Jersey. It's not like Texas, no, there is no mystery. I can't pretend I'm from New Jersey. It's like Ohio, but even more so. Imagine that. I know which exit and where I'm bound. The tolls on the parkway, they will slow you down. New Jersey people, they will surprise you, 'cause they're not expected to do too much. They will try harder, they may go further, 'cause they never think that they are good enough. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. Yes, I would adjust. I would adjust. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was called I'm from New Jersey. That's right. Okay, so now you know. That song came out on a record of mine, my third record called Jack's Crows in 1991. And Bruce Springsteen has not spoken to me since. Or before, if you want to get picky. All right. I'd like to do a new song I started a couple Saturdays ago. I'd like to give you I'll play it for you. Okay. I'm going to sit down because I wrote it while I was sitting down. I was out in Seattle a couple Saturdays ago and turned on the television and I started to watch the March for Our Lives on the TV and seeing that sea of people out there and to see the line that came to me was never stop believing there is goodness in the world. And that's the first line in this song. The title comes, I started to think about all those people out there, all those souls, and thinking of them as kind of points of light. And I was thinking of particle physics and that the behavior of light, it sometimes acts as a particle and sometimes acts as a wave. So this is it's called Particle and Wave. Never stop believing there is goodness in the world. There is goodness in the world. There is goodness in the world. I see children marching. There is goodness in the world. I listen to them speaking. There is goodness in the world. When we finally do the right thing, there is goodness in the world, goodness in the world. We need to be reminded there is goodness in the world. Too often we are blinded to the goodness of the world. They're working hard to find it, the goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. You can't beat fear with fear. You can't beat hate with hate. Only love can do that. It's not too late. No, it's not too late. No, it's not too late. Though justice seems to hesitate, it's not too late. I saw a sea of people, both particle and wave, teach the ones who came before a new way to behave. I saw a sea of people, both particle and wave, wash over the world, their very lives to save. So never stop believing there is goodness in the world. There's goodness in the world. There's goodness in the world. Never stop believing there is goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. Goodness in the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for listening to that. That's not available anywhere unless you can find it. You just heard it. You're welcome to it wherever you can find it. I'd like to do a couple songs with the band here. This is a very excellent thing. They're willing to play along with me. This next one came out of I'm part of a songwriting workshop that my friend Eliza Gilkison runs near Taos, New Mexico. It's a beautiful spot, and I wanted to write about. There's a lot of good songs coming out of that, and I just feel like every good thought, every good action, every good song makes a difference. I thought about the people who have been through tough times in the past, and I got to know a little bit about the people of the Taos Pueblo, the native people there. They call themselves the people of the Red Willow, and they've been there hundreds of years. And I thought about. I visited a town. I played in a town in Alaska was majority native population, and I remember seeing in their like a Chamber of Commerce handbook. It said, "Doing business in the area for 10,000 years." So I thought, okay, we can get through this. So and this is kind of written from the point of view of the future, looking back at now and thinking, hey, this is the time that things turned around. This is called Arroyo Seco. It was a place where the hippies won, in the land of the Subaru, where the dream was never done, and there still was room for you. In the valley of the Rio Grande, north of the Taos Plateau, people there will lend a hand and leave you room to grow, room to grow. It was back in 17, the summer before the fall. Hope was being squeezed by the bums who had it all. But there was music all around because the people dared to sing. You know, they made such a sound that they could face anything, anything. Sun, smoke, and cottonwood snow. The people of the Red Willow know. Arroyo Seco, New Mexico. Well, some made a little fire so the big fire wouldn't burn. The word rose like smoke and the winds began to turn. Above the Taos Plateau, in the valley of the Rio Grande, a new sound took hold and resonated with the land, with the land. Sun, smoke, and cottonwood snow. Some things only the Red Willow know. Hondo and Seco, New Mexico. In a place where the hippies won and a Subaru would do. The hard times came on, harder than they ever knew. But they would build again, sand, clay, and straw. They found a new well within and made an even deeper draw, deeper draw. Sun, smoke, and cottonwood snow. Some learn what the red willow knows. Arroyo Seco, New Mexico. Land of enchantment, New Mexico. Thank you. I learned that one off of my record this morning. Let's see, this next one, this last one is a song. It's a song goes out to the people who may be having trouble, with the way the world is, kind of this post-truth, chaotic kind of world. So this goes out to them, and also for people who are having trouble getting over a kind of a major bad event, because some things there's just no getting over, and you just have to find a way to live with it. And it's I just want, I guess the point of a lot of my music is that you're not alone. And this is called Tattooed. It's a pretty new day in a pretty new year. It's hard to know where to go from here. It's easy to say, 'cause talk is cheap. Are you worried now? Are you losing sleep? Worried Man Blues is an old song that comes to mind. In a world gone wrong, where hope is so hard to find. Losing hurts worse than when it feels good. They say move on, and you know you should. When the good is lost and the damage stays, a tattooed heart can last you all your days. Not stay late. There's a lot of art on the younger skin, and unseen marks deep within. Worried Man Blues is an old song that comes to mind. In a world gone wrong, where hope is so hard to find. Losing hurts worse when it feels good. They say move on, and you know you should. So you carry on as best you can. Get out of bed and rise again. Thank you very much.
This is John Gorka right there, along with the Mountain Stage Band, finishing up. The new one is True in Time. You heard that. True in Time on Red House Records. Our thanks to John Gorka and to Shawn Camp and to the weather station, Scott Miller, Dori Freeman. And thanks to you folks who came out to see us live here in the beautiful Bondurant Auditorium, Radford University in Radford, Virginia. It's great to be here. Special thanks to WVRU, who carries Mountain Stage. We're grateful for you doing that. And of course, as always, special thanks to you listening there on the radio, because without you, there'd be no Mountain Stage. We never forget that one. Hope you'll be with us next time when our guests will be M. Ward, The Sea, Laura Veers, Dead Horses, and Joachim Cooter. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Associate producers are Jeff Shirley and Vasily Askouras. Assistant producers Alexis Palmer. Production managers Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Patrick Stevens. Our production assistance comes from Michael Lipton, Joey Ansel, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, and Woogie. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotions coordinated by Vasily Askouras, Adam Harris, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Shawn Williams for their generous support. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are, just as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Since John mentioned this song, and it's an old bluegrass song, it's sung by so many people, we thought we'd finish up with the Worried Man Blues. I bet you know it. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. John Gorka, sing it for us.
I went down to the river and I laid down to sleep. I went down to the river and I laid me down to sleep. I went down to the river and laid me down to sleep. When I woke up, I had shackles round my feet.
Come on, everybody sing it. Y'all sing it if you know it.
It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long.
Bob Thompson on the piano. Shawn Camp's going to play this acoustic guitar now. Sing us a verse, Shawn.
I asked that judge what might be my fine. I asked the judge what might be my fine. I asked the judge what would be my fine. 21 years on the Rocky Mountain line.
Everybody now.
It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Well, it takes
guitar. Come on, Will, play one for us over there. Scott Miller gonna sing it.
Train that I ride, it's 16 coaches long. Train that I ride, it's 16 coaches long. Train that I ride, is 16 coaches long. The girl I love is on that train long. And it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. But it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long.
Michael Lipton on the guitar. Strong soul on the harp, brother. Tamara right here.
29 links of chain around my leg. 29 links of chain around my leg. 29 links of chain around my leg, and on each link the initial of my name.
One more time.
Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Oh yeah, I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser and by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia. This is NPR.